Hi guys, Chris Buckler here, estate agent today. I'm delighted to be joined by Tom Durrant of Dr. Now. We are talking all things digitally staging today, right? I love it. I really, really do. For me, it's such an underutilized kind of skill, trick, whatever you want to call it. I'm sure you wouldn't say it's trickery, sorcery. Why is it important though, Tom?
Okay, so the first port of call that someone has when they're looking for property is to go online, right? So you could call Rightmove and Zoopla a beauty parade. If you've got lots of properties at the same price in the same area, the only thing that's going to stick out is how it looks. And so you want to use all the tricks of the book to try and encourage that click through for people to then go and learn more about that property. And so, yeah, it's a really, really nice way to bring to life perhaps a bit of a drab image, right? So if you've got an empty room, it looks completely different to a lovely furnished, beautifully professionally staged property. And that's what it's all about.
And I'm going to give an example. So guys, right here, you're going to see what I have done with these guys.
Now, if you're anything like me, you might struggle with visualization, which is why we've had the lounge diner digitally staged. Pretty cool, huh?
So as you can see, right, my hair was a bit shocking, but that really, really helped. Give me some other examples where digitally staging can be used, or maybe somewhere where you feel you've used it to the best of your ability. So if you're an agent watching in Birmingham, Belfast, Bognor Regis, whether they use you guys or anyone else, just give us some gold, Tom.
Yeah, sure. So I guess you could say there's different levels to virtual furnishing. So you could start from, you've got some pictures of a room that perhaps it's not looking at its best, right? So it could be quite a boring set of sofas in the corner. We've all had it, right? With a rental property especially, there's very little life. So we can actually add objects to that. So you don't have to go the full way and just dress an empty room. It could be that we're just adding a nice vase of flowers in the corner. It could be that we're adding some really nice posh books on the shelf. And actually all those things really make, they all build a story about that type of property and the type of people that would want to live in there. So we can start from the simple basics through to perhaps what we might call our bread and butter. So we've got a lot of developers that work with us directly, but we also work with a lot of estate agents that are selling new homes or empty properties. And so we dress them professionally. We actually start with a mood board and we work with the agent or the end client to work out what's going to work best for that property in terms of your target market, in terms of the styling and if they want a Scandi feel or perhaps they want a farmhouse feel, we can do all of that ultimately.
I love it.
And so, yeah, so it's really, really nice to bring to life an empty shell because you can't see any of that with an empty room. And that's what it's about. So that's sort of the bread and butter. You can then go kind of, let's call it like the platinum, if you want to call it something, where you've got a property that actually it's got a huge amount of potential, but it could be that the client's living in there at the moment, and perhaps they might be elderly, or they just perhaps they don't have a great sense of style, right? And so we can actually remove that furniture, start again, put some new furniture in there. And so it's all based on soft furnishings. So from a legality point of view, you don't actually have to say that anything's been changed because we're not changing the walls or the flooring or anything that's going to stay there when someone moves in. But ultimately, it just brings to life something that has a huge amount of potential, but is not obvious from the imagery. Now, the very final, let's call it the absolute gold platinum full star service, is when a property is perhaps half finished or it's got even more potential than that room presents. So I've got a really nice example of an estate agent that won a job of another estate agent because it had been on the market for a long time. It was a £1.5 million apartment in down south.
30 seconds left, Tom. 30. Keep it going.
Okay. Right. Do you want me to start again or no? I'll keep going. Anyway, so the point was, right, that it had an awful kitchen. It was a £1.5 million apartment. It's meant for footballers. So he said, okay, what I can do is we can show what it would look like if you were to knock that wall down in the bedroom and stick a kitchen in there. And so he could then present to potential people that were walking around, potential purchasers, what it would look like with a kitchen and furniture. And he tapped me on the shoulders at the EA Master and said I earned him 12.5 grand commission. And it's that kind of thing that because he won the business off virtual furnishing and then he was able to present it and use it to sell the property, that it worked.
I absolutely love it. There's a couple of absolute gems there. You've nailed that, by the way. So thank you so much. My favorite bit, I think, that you said amongst all the gold is, say, if you're an agent in Birmingham, Belfast, and Bognor Regis, what should you do? And you said we can digitally stage posh books. They obviously go hand in hand, those areas. And being from Birmingham, I can definitely say that. But all joking aside, the value of digitally staging, like you say, Rightmove, Zoopla on the market, it's like SEO. You've got to get onto page one. You've then got to get clicked on, and you've then got to get the phone to ring. And I'm a huge advocate of digital staging. It's cost effective. It's quick. And it's a huge USP when you go out and say, listen, I'm going to go to war to get every pound the market will allow me to. And this is one of the things I'm going to go and do. Brilliant. Thank you from everyone here at Estate Agents Today. I'll see you soon.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.